Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Shalom. Abraham Lincoln was someone who knew firsthand the scourge of war. After all, Lincoln was president during the American Civil War. Honest Abe once wrote, "I would like it to be said of me after I die that he pulled up a weed and planted a flower wherever he thought a flower would grow." It's a beautiful thought. I believe that this truly gets at the meaning of our Beatitude, blessed are the peacemakers. In Hebrew, the word for peace is shalom. And shalom is never seen in a negative state. That is, it never means, for example, the absence of trouble. For example, just because two countries are no longer at war with each other does not mean that true peace exists. Instead, shalom means this. It means everything that makes for our good. You see, peace isn't merely freedom from all trouble. It means to actually enjoy all that is good. It's what Lincoln meant when he desired to make the world a better place by getting rid of all the weeds and instead planting flowers. Which brings us to our next point. Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers," not just the peace lovers. We all love flowers. But oftentimes, we have to pull up weeds if we want flowers to grow. We have to do something, and we must start to make peace in our world by first making peace in our hearts. All of us struggle internally with doing good and avoiding evil. We find ourselves tugged in two directions. That inner peace is found through struggling to do good and avoiding evil. St. Augustine is one of my favorite saints, and he was a man who had spent much of his early life doing just the opposite. Augustine did a lot of evil and avoided doing good. He lived in North Africa in the middle of the 4th century, and through the help of his mother, Monica, Augustine converted to Christianity. And he struggled mightily to do good and avoid evil. He was later ordained a priest, became a bishop, and is perhaps the most prolific author of all time, in all history. In writing about peace, Augustine defined peace as the tranquility of order. That is to say, peace flows from order. To help you understand this, I'm going to now offer you an example, a personal example, from my own life. When my dad died many years ago, mysteriously, I found great peace. I was close to my father. And in reflecting on that, I've often asked why. Why was I so much at peace at a time that was so difficult in my life? And I've come to realize that the answer is simple. The crazy stuff that I thought was so important was no longer important to me. My priorities quickly became well ordered. What was truly important in life all of a sudden became very important to me. My relationships with my family and friends, and especially with my newly widowed mom, gratitude for the gift of time, all of these things are what should always be my top priorities. And they became that when my dad passed away. And whenever our priorities become properly ordered, we experience great peace. I ask that you now take a few moments, again in silence, and write down in your notebooks 3 ways priorities in our world are mixed up today, and how that keeps people from peace. Hopefully now we have a better understanding of peace. It's not something that's negative. Instead, it's something that's positive. Peace isn't something that we're called to simply love. It's something that we're called to make. And we're called to make peace first in our hearts. And this requires a struggle. The struggle to do good and avoid evil. Finally, peace, as St. Augustine teaches us, flows from order. When our priorities are well ordered, with God as our top priority, then we'll have true peace. And this will make us very happy.